ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। So we were almost at the end of the Swayam Jyotir Brahmanam. Here the samsara varnanam is going on. The drishtanta for samsara was given as Swapna and Jagrat. See, Samyak Sarati means you are going from one loka to another loka also here. It's more like a transmigration. That is what is being talked about. For that, first the Upanishad gave the drishtanta of Swapna and Jagrat because you go from waking to dream, you take up a different body. And again you come back to this body like that. And also to show that you do not carry any, the Atma itself is not touched by karma, etc. Whatever happens in one avastha, you don't carry it to the other, thereby also establishing the asangatvam of Atma itself. So Atma is only the Swayam Jyotihi, which is lighting up everything, but it itself is not connected to anything. Now the Swapna and Jagrat going from one avastha to another was said like you are going from one loka to another. The word loka also was used there. So now the actual Dashtantika are the actual life and death and taking another body, etc. All those things are also part of samsara, correct? That is the samsara which is being talked about here. That is being described. In this context, we already saw a couple of vakyas here. If you remember, one analogy was given that at the time of death, the person makes noise like even a fully loaded car is making noise when you are moving from one house to another. And this also taking another birth is like moving from one house to another only, correct? You are moving from one body to another set of body and all that. And again, how do you, so when do you actually die? Okay. Or what is the reason for death, etc. If you look at it, means you cannot give any one reason that this is the reason somebody dies, etc. Definitively, you cannot point out. There can be many reasons. Some people may live for a long time. Some others may have some other problem even in young age, correct? Diseases or accidents and all those things also happen. So to show this, again, another analogy was given of how different types of fruits, they detach from the tree or the plant, correct? So it was said here, Amram, Udumbaram, Pippalam. So Bandhanat Pramuchyata, like this. You can see here different fruits were also talked about. Like that, this Purusha also is, he basically detaches from the physical body once the time has come. That may be due to many reasons, but okay, whatever may be the reason. See, even the fruit may fall because it becomes ripe, or because some wind is blowing and then it gets detached, or some bird comes and does something and then the fruit falls down. All these reasons can be there. Like that, there are many reasons, but whatever may be, when the time has come, this jiva leaves this physical body, becomes free of this physical body, and then goes again to another body, correct? Because again, all this indriya, the sukshma sharira has to function. The sukshma sharira cannot function without a body. You can also not exhaust your karma or experience different kinds of experiences, and thereby you have to exhaust the karma, correct? So for that you require a body. So you have to take another body. That is the idea here. And here, Bhashyakar also in the introduction, we saw this already. He raised a question that if the Sukshma Sharira is free from the Stula Sharira, how does it get this capability to join again with another Sharira? Okay. So it doesn't have any, you say that it cannot function without a physical body, correct? Then how can it go and join another body? Okay. Is there anybody waiting there to help this Sukshma Sharira and whatever the Jiva who is the Avachinna Chaitanya go and join another body? Means Bhashyakara says yes, always another body will be ready, because your own karma will make sure that depending on what kind of experience you have to undergo in the next life, that body will be ready. You have to only go there and again establish the Sukshma Sharira so that all the different organs functions correctly, correct? The different organs also have to establish themselves in the right places, in the right golakas, so that they can function. Like even he said, Yatha Swapna Jagaritam Pratipitsoho. Like even when you come from Swapna into Jagrat, your body is already there, available, correct? And you just wake up and then you start functioning. So this is there, he says. And in fact, for that, tat kathamiti loka prasiddha drishtantaha uchyate. So now how this is, to show you another very famous drishtanta is given here. What is that? About the king. Okay. So let us see that. Tad yatha rajanam ayantam ugraha pratyena saha suta gramanyaha annaihi panaihi avasathaihi प्रतिकल्पन्ते अयम् आयाति अयम् आगच्छति इत्येवं ह एवं विधं सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिकल्पन्ते idam brahma ayati idam agachati iti. Okay, so this, the analogy of the king is given because the king, when the king goes from one place to another, of course the king will be sent off also, and also will be received ceremonially. King has to be received ceremoniously. Means people are already waiting, making, and also they would have made all arrangements for the king, correct? So what kind of people are all waiting there? Ugraha, Pratyena Saha, Suta, and Gramanyaha. All these people are all waiting. Ugraha means those who are engaged in Ugra Karma, you can say, Krura Karma, like sentencing people, punishing people, and all that. Okay. And Sutas are all charioteers normally, or they are also the ones who told the Puranas. Suta Uvacha is there in every Purana. So they are all, again, different class of people or different communities. Gramanya means those who are all like leaders. Wherever you are going, there will be local leaders, correct? Those local leaders, and they are all waiting to receive the king. And how? They have also made all arrangements. What kind of arrangements? Annaihi, Panaihi, Avasathaihi, means they have readied all kinds of food, special feast for the king, and drinks also, different types of drinks, and also place to stay. All these things, they have readied a palace or a mansion, whatever it is. So, and also what they are also saying, they are waiting there and also saying, I am Ayati, I am Agachati, like that. They are making all the arrangements saying that the king is coming, like that. Okay. So they are all with expectation that the king is coming. They are making all the arrangements for the king. Like that, similarly, what Evam Vidam means here, Evam Vidam means the one who knows what his next birth is going to be. In fact, a reference was made to this even before we saw that once your life is going to end, you may even get dreams about what kind of a life you will have in the next Janma. Okay. So in the dream, you will have an indication of that. So that person, Evam Vidam, For that person, what? Sarvani bhutani pratikalpanta. All the beings here means the ones who are actually responsible for making this body and also to make the body function. Okay, means the devatas. The different devatas are waiting. The body is already made, and then the devatas are waiting so that they can again give their anugraha so that the Sukshma Sharira can start functioning in the Stula Sharira, correct? Because without the anugraha of the Devatas, the Adhisthana Devatas are very important for us, correct? They are the ones who are responsible for the functioning of each and every organ in the body. We may have, we may think that we are the ones who are functioning and all that, but really speaking, nothing is under your will. If you are willfully seeing means you never need any glasses, correct? After a certain age you require reading glasses. That is because the functioning of your eyes means that that devata is not able to function properly. After some time there is some problems are there. It is not under our will or anything. So it is the blessing of the devata alone that all our organs are functioning. The food you eat is digesting, correct? Even that Bhagavan is sitting there and digesting actually. So those things we have to appreciate. So the devatas themselves are waiting and welcoming. How idam Brahma ayati? This Brahman has come. Brahman only is there, is the Jiva also, correct? Brahman is coming in the form of Jivatma. The Paramatma only is there coming. So idam Brahma. But here this Brahma means basically the Kartru Bhoktru Jivatma only is called Brahma here. And is coming. He is coming towards us, to us. And he has come. And they are all waiting, ready to help you again start another life in another body. So, Bhashyakara, let us see. Tatra yatha rajanam rajyabhishiktam ayantam swarashtre ugraha jati visheshaha krura karmanaha va. Okay, so here tad yatha is there. Tad means tatra, he says. Okay, with reference to that, here yatha rajanam, like even a raja means, raja here means formally the one who has been coronated, correct? Rajya abhishiktam, he says, one who has been coronated as the king, and he comes in his own kingdom to a particular place, let us say swarashtre ayantam. Then what? Ugraha jati visheshaha. Ugraha means a type of people, one community of people, or you can say they are krura karmanaha also. Otherwise you can give the meaning that those who do cruel activities or punishments, and all those who give punishments to people who do offenses or crimes, etc. So krura karmanaha. In fact, another adjective also is there to describe them. Pratyena saha. Yenas means papa actually. So prati yenasi papa karmani niyukta. Those who have been engaged by the king to do this papa karma. Okay. So, enasi papa karmani niyuktaha means basically papa karma here is giving all these punishments, or sometimes even death is punishment, correct? Or you are flogging somebody and things like that. So, those who have been engaged in activities like that, they are waiting to receive the king because they are the ones, people are also afraid of them, correct? They are the ones who are upholding the law and order, you can say. In fact, Bhashikara says, Taskaradi Dandanado niyuktaha. So those who have been employed to give punishment to robbers, thieves, etc. Okay. And also sutascha. Sutaha are again another community. They are the ones who will take the king in a chariot, maybe. They are all charioteers. And typically Sutaha means born of a Brahmin mother and Kshatriya father. They are all called Sutas actually. And then Gramanyascha. Again, Sutak Gramanyaha is there. So he is saying the compound is Sutak Gramanyaha. He is doing the Vigraha as Sutascha Gramanyascha. Suta Gramanyaha. Sutaha means what? Varna Sankara Jati Visheshaha. That's what I said. So Varna Sankara means here born out of a Brahmana mother and Kshatriya father. They are all Sutas. And they are also a community. And Gramanyaha means Grama Netaraha, the leaders of in the village. And what do? Te Purvameva Ragnya Agamanam Buddha Annaihi Bodhya Bhaksyadi Prakaraihi Panaihi Madiradibihi Avasathaischa Prasadadibihi Pratikalpante Nishpannaihi Eva Pratikshante. So they know already know, they know that king is coming. Okay. Purvameva Rajnya Agamanam Buddha. So having known already that king is coming, what they are keeping ready anna, different types of eatables, both bodhya, bhakshanadi, maybe even snacks and feast, whatever it is. Panehi means Bhashyakara is Madiradibihi means some kind of wine and all that. Because this king can have Kshatriyas are allowed to have alcohol. Okay. So Madiradibihi, Bhashyakara says, Avasathaischa means Prasadadibihi. So they have readied a palace for the king to stay. So they have readied all these things. Nispannaihi eva pratikshante, and they are waiting. They have readied all these things and they are waiting for the arrival of the king. And how are they waiting? By saying this, Ayam Raja Ayati, Ayam Agachati, Ityevam Madantaha. So saying that this Raja has come or is coming. So like that they are saying, and they are waiting for the king, ready to welcome the king. Similarly, what? Yatha ayam drishtantaha. So like the king who is shown here as the example. Evam ha evam vidam. So here evam vidam is there. What is the meaning of evam vidam? See, normally in the Upanishad, evam vid is used to refer to some upasaka, correct? When you do a particular kind of upasana, that person is called evam vid, means the one who has done the upasana in this manner. Here it is not the meaning. So Bhashyakara says, Evam Vidam means what? Karma Palasya Veditaram, the one who knows about his whatever karma pala which is going to unfold in the next life. Correct? This was referred to. You can go back and see that in the dream this may come. Correct? This knowledge will come to the one who is going to take the next birth. So karma phalasya veditaram samsarinam ityartha. So evam with here is the samsari who is going to take the next birth and who has a certain idea about what kind of birth it is going to be. And again here karma phalam hi prastutam means this is that is what is under discussion here. Karma phala is the one which is leading you to the next birth. Correct? So that is under discussion. Evam shabdena paramrishyate. So the karma phala is this evam here means the karma phala it refers to. Okay, this being referred, it is the whatever the evam shabda indicates the karma phala or refers to karma phala. And sarvani bhutani sharira kartruni karana anugrahita grahitrini adityadini. So Bhashyakara, so here this sharira, the kartruni, he says, for the sarvani bhutani, those who are the ones who have made the body, okay, and also those who give their blessing so that the indriyas, the karanas, the different instruments, correct, whether it's the organ of action or sense organs, mind, etc., have to function. So they are the ones who bless, who have made the body and also who bless so that the indriyas can function. Adityadi devatas, the adhisthana devatas, correct. Aditya is for sight. Like that, there are different devatas are there for each and every organ. The adhisthana devatas are there. Agni is for vak. Like that, the list is there. So all these devatas are waiting to welcome. Okay, so that they can bless, and then the body, the sukshma sharira, can start functioning in the stula sharira. And also what? Tat karma prayuktani kritaihi eva karma phala upabhoga sadhanaihi pratikshante. And also they are also waiting. Why? Because they are also impelled by your karma only. Because your karma only is making this next body for you. And they are also impelled by that only because they have made a particular kind of body for you so that you can experience your karma and exhaust it. So for the because the body is nothing but the karma phala upabhoga sadhana, right? It is the means through which you are going to experience your karma phala. So they are also in that way impelled by your own karma only, and having been impelled by your karma, they are waiting, and they are waiting for you and welcoming you. And how do they welcome you? Idam Brahma, Idam Brahma ayati, Idam agachati. Brahma means here Bhashyakara says, Bhoktri Kartri cha Asmakam ayati. So this Bhokta, Karta, Bhokta, Jiva is called Brahma here. He is coming to us. Asmakam ayati. तथा इदम आगच्छति इति एवमेव च कृत्वा प्रतीक्षन्त इत्यर्थः. So in this manner, so he has come here, and so that in this manner they are also waiting and welcoming. So that is the drishtanta here. So this is when the king comes. Okay, what about when the king leaves? When you are leaving the body also, what happens? For that also another drishtanta is given here. Let us see that. Tad yatha rajanam रयिया संतम उग्राः प्रत्येन सह सूतग्रामण्यः अभिसमा अभिसमायन्ति एवमेव एवं 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 आत्मानम् अंतकाले सर्वे प्राणाः अभिसमायन्ति यत्र एतद् ऊर्ध्वोच्छ्वासी भवति. Okay, so here this again, when the Raja leaves also, Prayiyayasantam means what? The one who is desirous of going somewhere. Yatum icchantum. So Yatum icchantam is called or whatever the Icha. Yatum Icha is called Prayiyasa. Again, the pra is Prakarshena Yatum Icha, one who wants to travel well or go well somewhere. And so if the Raja desires to go somewhere, again people know about that, correct? And then they make all arrangements so that Raja can leave. And again, the people, who are all the ones who are meeting him, same list is given here. Ugraha, Suta, Gramanyaha. So even from wherever he is leaving, the leaders there, they all come to know that Raja is going to leave. Raja need not explicitly call all of them. They all make arrangements and then come and meet the Raja. Correct? So they come to the Raja. Adi Samayanti means here, Abhimukyena Samayanti means they all come together and to him to meet the Raja and also send off, give the send off. So, having known that the Raja wants to leave somewhere, they all come automatically. Similarly, what? When the Jiva is supposed to leave this body, here pranaha means all the indriyas only are called prana here. Okay, the vagadayaha indriyaha abhisamayanti. They all come to this Atma, it seems, the Jivatma. And then they all leave. Some of them go along with the king also, correct? Some of them come to give a send off, but king cannot go alone. King has to go always with a retinue, correct? So like that, these Indriyas and all come and then they join and then they go along with the Jivatma, who is the king. The Sukshma Sharira goes. So that is the Drishtanta here. And when again, Yatra Yetat Urdhvochwasi Bhavati means that when the time has come and you are breathing heavily and making all these noises, means this prana, these organs, they come to the Jivatma and then everybody leaves together. Like even the king leaves with his retinue. Okay, tam evam jigamishum ke sahagachanti. Okay, Bhashyakara is introducing this next. Okay, he says, so he wants this, when the Jivatma wants to go somewhere or leave this body and go away, who comes along? Ke sahagachanti, who is coming along? Again, yeva gachanti te kim tat kriya pranumnaha ahosvit tat karma vashat swayam eva gachanti. Again, another question is, those who come along with the king, whether they have come because of some king has now made a king could have made some kind of a agnya, correct? He could have commanded them. They have come due to a command of the king, or they have come of their own accord. Because they all know whatever, whenever a king wants to go somewhere, what is to be done. The protocol everybody knows, correct? So every time the king need not go and ask them or give a command or anything to them. They have to just know that king wishes to go somewhere. Then based on whatever has been happening before, they know what should be done. So swayameva gachanti means they come along of their own accord. So this question also is there. How does it happen? Means again, paraloka sharira kartruni cha bhutani iti. So the all these bhutas, the beings who are responsible for making your body, correct? Based on your own karma, that all the bhutas here, you can take it as even elements and all that, mahabhutani also, which make up the new body. And that again, that new body will be in another loka, or can be in this loka also, we don't know, but it is called paraloka sharira kartrini. Bhashyakara is saying, means that another sharira, whatever the sharira is to be made, all these bhutas, do they come with this jivatma or not? And again, do they come out of their own accord, or they come because they have been prompted or commanded by somebody? Okay, that is the question. So for this drishtanta is given. Atra uchyate drishtantaha. What tad yatha rajanam prayiyasantam prakarshena yatumichantam. So the Raja who wants to go, who has a desire to go somewhere, once that desire is known, what? Ugraha pratyena saha sutagramanyah tam yatha abhisamayanti abhimukhyena samayanti. Means they all come towards the king together. Okay, eki bhavena tam abhimukha ayanti anagyapta eva rajnya kevalam tajigamisha abhignaha. So Bhashyakara is saying, like, even they know that the king has this desire to know to go, correct? Jigamisha abhignaha means those who know that the king has a desire to go somewhere. Once they know that, anagnyapta means what? Without being commanded by the king. Okay, means they are coming out of their own accord. Okay, they are not being. The king does not have to give any special command or anything. They are coming out of their own accord here. So there is no agnya or anything from the king. So without the agnya of the king only, as soon as they know that the king desires to go somewhere, they all come towards him, so that they also do all the arrangements and come, and some of them travel along with the king also. So like that, evameva imam atmanam bhoktaram. So this atmanam, in the same manner, evameva imam atmanam. Okay, this atma bhoktara, who is the karta bhokta, antakale, at the end, the time of the end of this body, marana kale. Okay, sarve pranaha vagadayaha. So here sarve pranaha is there. So that Bhashyakara is saying the different, here prana means the different organs. Abhisamayanti means they all come towards this, to this jivatma, so that they can go along with this jiva to the new body. Correct? And again, yatra yetad urdhvochvasi bhavati iti vyakyatam means it is already, this urdhvochvasi was already explained in the 35 only, it comes here, correct? If you go back to the here, this urdhvochvasi only, we actually talked about this cart analogy. Yatra etad urdhvochvasi bhavati was already commented by Bhashyakara. So he says vyakyatam means already I have commented about that. So with this what? Iti chaturthadhyayasya tritiyam brahmanam. So we have finally finished. This is one of the longest brahmana, I think, in Brhadaranyaka. 38 vakyas are there. Maybe the rest of the time we can quickly go through the summary because we have been studying this brahmana for quite some time. Correct? So if we go back, so let me give you a quick summary. See, the first 6 verses are establishing that Atma is Swayam Jyotihi, but also the important thing is this Jyotis or this consciousness, this awareness, which we call as Atma or self, is it a property of this body mind sense complex itself? Is it the property of the body or mind or sense, or it is a property of a conglomeration of all these things? This is the question. Okay. And in fact, Janaka asks about that to Yajnavalkya. So this whole Brahmana is a Janaka Yajnavalkya Samvada only. It is a discussion between Janaka and Yajnavalkya. Janaka is the student, Yajnavalkya is the teacher. And here Janaka asks this question, and then he is asking Yajnavalkya, Kim Jyotihi Ayam Purusha iti. So he asks this question. Okay, how this Purusha is able to act, function? What is the light which is making all the activities of this Purusha possible? Because in general, what we see is what? For any activity to take place, some light has to be there. So initially, up to the 6 verses, 6 vakyas, you can see the different external lights during, first the external lights during the waking are given. So during the day, Aditya Jyoti is there. In that only he says, Aste, Palyayate, Karma Kurute, Vipalyeti, all these different activities are all happening, sitting, roaming, etc. Then if the Surya is not there, what? Again in waking, external light, Chandra. Then in Chandra also is not there means what? Agni. And Agni also is not there means what? Even in pitch dark, you can use other senses, correct? Other organs become your light actually. So even the sound can help you navigate and all that. And when all this is gone, what is the light? Means this is the important statement here. Atma eva ayam jyotisha aste valyayate karma kurute vipalyeti. So the Atma itself is introduced as the Jyoti here. And here the important thing for you to understand is the Upanishad is giving you a certain basis to make a certain inference here. What is that inference we are making? That in the waking, Jagrat, all activities are possible only in the presence of light, and that light is external to the body, mind, sense complex, and it is different. They have Vyatirikta, but it is external. Okay. Now, when you are dreaming, let us say, also all activities are taking place. So now what do? We do an inference because of all this which was stated before. We take that and create a vyapti that this jyotis, whatever is the jyotis, has to be deha vyatiriktaha. Okay. So even in swapna, whatever jyotis is there for all activities to take place, that also has to be deha vyatiriktaha. Jagradvat, correct? Like that, we can give the drishtanta. Jagrat itself as the drishtanta. So, swa avayava sangata vyatirikta, like that we understand. The light itself has to be something other than the avayavas which make up this body mind sense complex. So that is the inference we do here. And in this manner, also one more thing is this light is not external, but it is still there. This light which is other than the body mind sense complex, but it is not external light like the Surya and Chandra, etc. They are all bhautika. But this light not being an external light like that, further Bhashyakara says it is abhautika, atindriya also. Because this light cannot be, the other lights can be objectified by your indriyas. This light can neither be objectified by your indriyas, correct, nor it can be uh, it can be considered as something which is physical or material or anything like that. Okay, that's why it is abhautika and atindriya. So these 2 points also Bhashyakara makes here. In fact, there is a lot of Bhashya here, because here we take up the Charvaka view, and the Charvaka views is essentially the now scientific view also. Correct? So the sciences are all saying that this consciousness is some kind of a reaction in your brain and all that. Correct? They are only thinking at that level. But what the Upanishad is revealing is consciousness is independent of all the matter. In fact, matter is dependent on consciousness, not the other way around. The scientists are all thinking that consciousness is an epiphenomenon of matter. Now we are saying it the other way around. In fact, consciousness alone independently exists. Everything else is anatma, is all only mithya. It has only dependent existence. For its very existence, it has to depend on the consciousness. So this Atma itself was shown as this Antarjyotihi, and it is here this 7 also, basically this Jayati Iva, Lelayati Iva. This is also very important. This Ivakara, by that, what is shown is that everything is as though you think that I am a Karta Bhokta, correct? But all these things are only as though, like even in Swapna, Dhyayati Iva, Lelayati Iva, the same thing applies even otherwise. The Vijnana Maya is only the Upadhi, Avachinna Chaitanya. Chaitanya does not do anything really. Okay. It's all only Iva, Iva, Iva. Even that is why even taking up another body also is Iva only. That also will come. We'll see later. So from 7 onwards, the Upanishad gets into Swapna, and using Swapna, it is showing many things about this Swayam Jyotihi Chaitanya. In fact, the 7th one, Bhashyakara has written a lot of Bhashya, and basically he is negating the views of the Buddhist here, the uh, Vijnana Vadins, correct? And in fact, the Madhyamaka Buddhist, he just Shunyavadi Pakshastu, only one sentence, Sarva Pramana Viprati Siddhaha iti tan Nirakaranaya na Adaraha Kriyate, like that he just dismisses them in one sentence. But otherwise, basically, he has taken up in detail the Vijnana Vadis, right? Or the Yogachara Buddhists, they are called. Okay. So Kshanika Vijnanavadi, they are called otherwise, because the Vijnana which they are proposing, basically they are proposing the vritti itself as the consciousness, means it is momentary. But we are saying consciousness is something other than the buddhi vritti. For them, consciousness is buddhi itself, you can say, because they are saying it is kshanika. They consider the buddhi vritti itself as consciousness. But we are saying that consciousness has to be other than even the buddhi vritti, because otherwise pratyabhijna cannot be there. So, and also the witnessing consciousness has to be the invariable. That is very important. Therefore, this Vijnanavadi's Paksha is negated in detail. And then you can see that basically what the Upanishad is teaching is that in Swapna, you do not take, when you go from waking to Swapna, you are not taking anything from waking into Swapna, correct? You have that whatever waking karma, you may have eaten a lot, and then you go to sleep, you can become hungry in Swapna, correct? There's no connection between the two. And similarly, whatever you do, even the worst papa you do in Swapna, once you wake up, it is all gone. Okay. So basically, you are not carrying anything between the avasthas. You are not carrying any karma. Correct. So you are free from karma is also established here. In fact, uh, the word which is used here is ananvagataha, like that, an interesting word. You can go and look into that. So basically, from 7 to 19, this all the swapna is used to show that you are both free from karma and kama also. Okay, you are free from na kinchana kamayate also is there. So you don't do anything also, and in fact, you are free from kama and karma both. So this is shown basically by analyzing the swapna only. And then if you go further, you can see so 18 also okay, yeah, and 19. So this is what I said. Yatra suktaha na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana swapnam pashyati and all that. So basically the Atma is shown as both free from karma and kama. Also that is because you also, this Upanishad also brings in Sushupti into the picture and shows that whatever is there in Sushupti is the Swarupa, correct? That is the closest. Sushupti is the Drishtanta for your Swarupa. Sushupti also is brought into the picture and you are shown as free from kama and karma. Already it was shown that consciousness is deha vyatirikta, correct? The dehadi sanghata vyatirikta, and now that consciousness is also not karta bhokta, it is free from kartritvam and desires, etc. In fact, it is as though that all desires are fulfilled in sleep, correct? You are always happy in sleep. You don't have to fulfill any desire or anything. So even that is mentioned. And then interestingly, another drishtanta is given to make you understand this. This Maha Matsya drishtanta. Okay. So okay, before that, this Vidya Avidya Phala also is given here. Correct. This 20 is Vidya Avidya Phala. And okay, in fact, 18 itself is Mahamatsya Drishtanta, correct. So up to not 19, sorry, 7 to 17, the whatever the analysis is done, then 18th verse itself, the Mahamatsya Drishtanta is there. So the Mahamatsya, the great fish, sometimes it is going in the river, correct? In the middle of the river, it is like Sushupti we can take. Then each bank is like Swapna and Jagrat. Basically, it is not affected by whatever is happening in the on the banks, correct? Whatever may happen on the banks, the fish is unconcerned by that. It is just moving independently in the river. So like that, this Atma also may go, the fish may go near one bank for some time, again come to the middle, again go to the another bank. This is the analogy for the Atma experiencing all the three avasthas, but it is not touched by any of that. Okay, it is Asanga only. So Asango hi ayam purushaha. So to show that this Mahamatsya Drishtanta was given, and then the this another drishtanta of the that why do you even go to sleep means it is like a bird who is flying all day but then gets tired. Once you are tired, what? You want to rest, you go back into your nida or the nest, correct? Like that in our case, during swapna and jagrat, all our organs and mind are all active all the time. That is like the wings. The wings of the bird is like our organs. They are all active all the time, but then after some time, what? You are tired, you want to rest, means you go into sushupti. That is like the bird getting into the nest. Okay, that is the Drishtanta in 19 it was given. Then the 20th is Vidya and Avidya Phala. So Avidya Phala is you again the Swapna itself is taken, and in the Swapna you get somebody is chasing you or somebody is trying to kill you, they are beating you, all that, right? And you think it is real and you are suffering. So Gnantiva, Jinantiva, and all this it is there here. See, Asti Iva Vichayayati, Gartamiva Avapatati, you fall into a ditch and all that, and you are suffering. And you are seeing, you are frightened, correct? Bhayam Pashyati, Tad Atra Avidyaya Manyante. So this is the Avidya Phala. If you don't know the reality of the Swapna, then due to ignorance you are having Bhaya. But then the one who is like the Jnani, even in Swapna, what? Yatra Deva Iva, Raja Iva, Ahameva, okay? Idam Sarvaha Asmi iti, I am all this. It is the Vidya Phala. Sarvatma Bhava. So, Sahasya Paramo Lokaha. The Sarvatma Bhava is the greatest. One can, one can aim for or attain. So, this Vidya, Avidya Phalam, and also the Avidya itself is not in the Swarupa of Atma. That also has to be established, correct? So, even that is said here. That will come next. From 21 onwards, you can see that after Vidya, Avidya Phalam is given, basically that Atma Swarupa is revealed as even free from Avidya, and then Susupti itself is taken as a Drishtanta for moksha. Okay, sleep is taken as a Drishtanta for moksha, and then the moksha, what is moksha and how it is free from samsara, correct? Those things are all, and again the Sukha Dukkha, etc., are all there only in the Swapna and Jagrat. Sushupti is always Ananda Swarupa only. So that is shown. Sushupti as a Drishtanta for moksha. So from 21 onwards, that is taken up here. In fact, there are very beautiful Vakyas here. Like Atra Pita, Apita Bhavati. So Atra Veda, Avedaha. These are all highly quoted. Okay. And also this, there are two types of sight, correct? Yadvai Tanna Pashyati, Pashyanvai Tanna Pashyati. Nahi drashtuhu drishtehe viparilopo vidyate avinashitva. This is also very highly quoted Vakya. So the seer of the sight never ceases, never stops, because it cannot be destroyed at all, because it is not an object for anything, correct? It can never be objectified. Then how can it be destroyed? It's not even subjected to space-time. That is this consciousness we are talking about. And this consciousness, again in sleep also, whether this consciousness is there or not, there is a doubt, correct? But we have to say it is there. It is all the time awake only, but there is nothing there to see, correct? Natu tad vitiyam asti, tataha anyad vibhaktam yat pashyet. Like that, the Upanishad beautifully says there is no second thing to see there. It's all ekatvam alone is there. Therefore, even though it is of the very nature of jnanam, consciousness, Since there is no second thing to see there, it is there as it is. Okay, and that's why you can get up and say, I did not know anything. I slept well. I enjoyed and all that. So this Pashyan Vai Tanna Pashyati, very important. Okay, like that, then it takes up all other Jigran Vai Tanna Jigrati, Rasayan Vai Tanna Rasayate, Vadan Vai Tanna Vadati, etc. Like that, each and every organ, different organs are all taken. So this is all Sushupti analysis only. And again, this is also very beautiful. Yatrava Anya Divasyat. This Ivakara is again very, very important. Wherever Dvaita is there, Upanishad is using Iva, correct? Anya Diva Syat Tatra Anyat Pashye, correct? Anyaha Anyat Jigre and all that. And then what? When Advaita is talked about, there is no Iva. Salilaha, Ekaha, Drashta, Advaitaha, the Atma is referred to by all these words. Ekaha, Drashta, Salilaha, Advaitaha, Bhavati, Yesha Brahma Lokaha. Like this moksha is pointed out and Atma Swarupa also is pointed out. Where this Advaitam alone is Atma Swarupa. Anything Dvaita is only due to avidya. Any division is due to avidya. And then you can see here this 33 is the Ananda Mimamsa also. Like in Taittiriya Upanishad, this Ananda Mimamsa is there. Again, this is also highly quoted. What is that? Here, this Parama Yesha Brahmalokaha Samrad iti. Okay. Matram Upajivanti will be there. No, where is that here? Okay, that maybe it is in the next one. Huh? So here again Ananda Mimamsa is done. And okay, from 34 again you come out of sleep back into this samsara varnana starts. Okay. So here okay, Matram Upajivanti will be in the next one, I think. Okay. 4 it is there. Anyway, the Ananda Mimamsa was done here. And after this, again, we saw that the Samsara Varnana and all has started here, correct? The Dashtantika is started because again Yajnavalkya asked here. Sorry, Janaka asked Yajnavalkya. He said, I think Yajnavalkya would have thought that with the Ananda Mimamsa, he has taught everything. But then what he says, he says, I'll give you 1,000 cows. Okay, Bhagavate Sahasram Dadami, Urdhvam Vimokshaya, he says, Vimokshaya eva Bruhi. So he again asks, and in fact, Yajnavalkya was afraid that this Raja, Medhavi Raja, will never stop. He will keep on asking me till everything I know, he, he wants to know from me, like that. So basically, all the Drishtantas were given, but the Dashtantika, Janaka wanted to know properly. That's why again the Upanishad starts with the Dashtantika, or the actual samsara, where the transmigration and all is now described. Because previously going from Swapna to Jagrat, Jagrat to Swapna itself was talked about as going between different lokas, correct? Now here the actual this death and rebirth, etc. That is the topic we have started now. And in fact, that topic will continue into the next Brahmana also. The Chaturtham Brahmanam, the first few Vakyas, the same thing in more detail. What happens during death, etc. So we will see that in the next class. We will go into the next Brahman. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರು.
Om.